Hello all, I Nirmala Rawat welcome you to my YouTube channel. If you are new to this channel, please do subscribe. A request to all my subscribers. Please watch complete videos. In the previous part, Sita Ma was thinking about a meeting between Janak Baba and Ravan in her early childhood. Now moving on to part 3, chapter 12. As the first rays of dawn peered through the window, Mata felt her daughter Godavari calling to her. Not wanting to disturb Shri Ram, she made her way to the river bank. The Devi emerged from the river and seated herself beside Mata. You know, Mata, that you must face him, and you must face him alone. You are the only one who can awaken in him the love that is buried deep inside him, covered by hurt and pain and by his deceits. But this cannot happen without your consent. My consent is there. I give it, she whispered. The consent to meet him. Yes, she would do that, to reason with him. Use her mental acuity and her spiritual skills, the sacred mantras she had learned. She would do all of that. No, Mata. It is not that which is required. Then what? You must enter the heart of the Asura kingdom. It will test all of your skills and your will. Only there can you relieve Vasundharama, Mother Earth, of the pain she is suffering. Only in this way can you free us from his demonic rule. The Devi, overcome with sorrow, slipped back into the rushing waves, her heart breaking for Mata, who was soon to be tested in such a difficult manner. Scenes of terrifying battle came to Mata's mind, and she realized what lay ahead for Shri Ram. Her chest pounded and tears cascaded over her cheeks. Then she heard the calm voice of Shri Ram calling her name as he approached. Quickly drying her tears, she tried to assume a more composed countenance. Sita, you should not have come here alone. Not now, at this time when danger is near. He took her hand and asked, What is it that has made you so upset? Still, she didn't respond. Finally, she replied in a hoarse voice, If we should be separated, I don't want you to fear what might happen to me. The look on his face grew grave. I know that you are capable of taking care of yourself, Sita. I know that you have access to all the spiritual resources you might need in any situation. But she placed her fingers over his mouth. Gazing deep into his eyes, she said, We cannot be separated, for we are now one. Isn't that so? He feigned a smile. He took her hand and held it tightly as they both turned their eyes to their daughter Godavari. She was calm now. Her waves had ceased. She was happy to see their unity. Before they got up to return to their hut, Shri Ram took some water in his hand and said to Mata, We should not allow fear to enter us. With your daughter Godavari as my witness, I affirm that you are the star that guides my life. No matter what happens, I will always find my way back to you. There is no force in the universe that can keep me away or that can overpower you, Sita, for it is your love that sustains not only me but all of the universes. With those words, he closed his eyes, whispered a mantra, and then sprinkled the water into the greater body of the Godavari river. Mata did the same, saying, And you are the calm that stills my tears, that heals the pain I feel for the world. In your eyes, I find again my true self. Godavari Devi received the water they had sprinkled over her, and with the words, So it is, she disappeared into the depth of the gently flowing waters. Mata had given her consent, and so events began to unfold. The next morning, dark, threatening clouds cast their shadow over the land. The birds were all in flight. It was not the season for rain. Another storm is brewing, said Mata, looking up at the sky. But it is not the season. This is the third storm we had in 10 days' time. Nature has been thrown in confusion. She could not shake off her concern. Shri Ram did his best to cheer Mata. He himself was not in the best of spirits as he could feel the negative forces surrounding them. But he did what he could to amuse her. At one point, he looked up and saw a golden tear peering at them from a distance. "Look there, Sita," he said. "A golden deer, like we used to see in Mithila. We have not seen one like that since we left Mithila so many years ago." "Where is it?" asked Mata, looking in all directions. "Straight ahead. Can't you not see it peering through the leafy branches?" Mata shook her head. "Are you sure it is real?" "Look, there it goes." "I don't see it, Ram." "I will catch it for you. It will bring you much joy to have that deer as a pet." As he grabbed his bow and started after the deer, a wave of fear came over Sita. She tried to call out to him, but no sound emerged. She tried to run after him, but her feet would not move. Lakshman came out of the hut. Seeing the distressed look on her face, he asked what was wrong. Her voice returned and her feet were now able to move. But Shri Ram was nowhere in sight. She told Lakshman where Shri Ram had gone. "Don't worry, he will return soon," he comforted her. When he didn't return, she grew nervous. And then she and Lakshman heard his voice cry out to them as if he were in pain. Both Mata and Lakshman were greatly unsettled, but Mata thought it might be a demon imitating his voice. Lakshman didn't know whether to stay or go check on Shri Ram. Finally, Mata said he should go. Reluctantly, he left her, pleading with her not to leave the hut. She thought that she would accompany him and not stay alone, but her feet would not budge and her voice fell mute. She retreated into the hut. From the open doorway, she saw him approaching. It was Ravan, disguised as an ascetic begging for food. Mata had never refused food to anyone, and it was not within the realm of possibility for her to refuse him now. This was the being who had once gravely insulted her father. She would have to confront him alone, as her daughter Godavari had foreseen. At that moment, Mata realized that this confrontation would be far more than a conversation. She would have to enter the very entrails of his demon kingdom and his demon mind if she had any hope for a positive result. As she slowly stepped forth from the hut with a bowl of fruits in hand, she knew she was stepping into the darkness that is inhabited. She thought she was ready, but when he grabbed her by the wrist, she cried out in agony. She cried out Ram's name, but at Ravan's touch the link was broken, and she could no longer reach her beloved Ram. She was now in Ravan's field, far from Ram's reach. This was something that she could not have known beforehand. She did not realize that the golden threads that wove them together and which allowed instant communication between them would be broken. Mata was now beyond the reach of her beloved husband or brother-in-law, far from the assistance of any creature. Jai Shri Ram. Let's meet the day after tomorrow in the next part. Jai Shri Ram. Have a good day. And do not forget to watch complete videos, like, comment and share. Jai Shri Ram.